Okay, do this sheet along with me, and then you will go do the assignment's not nearly as many as what you have on this. It's just for repetition practice. Okay. Square root of 72 is 72 on here. Nope. So start dividing. 72 divided by 64. That's a decimal. Now try 49. Decimal. Now try 36. Okay, I got that to work. Okay. So you make two square roots. You put the number that came from here first. And then whatever the division equaled to, that comes here next. Okay, 36. Square root of 36 is equal to 6. Okay. So the answer is 6 with a square root of 2. Okay, 81. 81's on here. Okay, it's equal to 9. Don't need to do all the division when it's actually on here. Okay, 7. 7's between these two. So if it doesn't divide it by 4, if it's not divisible by 4, I'm just going to circle. Okay, it wasn't, so circle it. Square root of 64, 8. 112, that one's kind of a crappy one. Okay, 112 falls in this range, so we want to start with the lower tier. We know it's not going to divide by something that's more than that. That's a decimal. 112 divided by 81, decimal. 112 divided by 64, decimal. 112 divided by 49, decimal. 112 divided by 36, decimal. 112 divided by 25, decimal. 112 divided by 16. Okay, I got something that'd work. Okay, so I make two square roots. Okay, so I need to put the 16 first, and then the number I got as a quotient second. Because again, 16 times 7 equals this. I'm just breaking it into the two factors. So the square root of 16 has an equal of 4. Okay, so I put 4 with a square root of 7. Okay, the square root of 30. 30, not on here. So is 30 divisible by 25? Nope. Is it divisible by 16? Nope. By 9? Nope. By 4? Nope. Circle. Done. Okay, square root of 48. Okay, 48 falls in here. So 48 divided by 36. You'd start dividing at 36. Nope. 48 divided by 25. Nope. 48 divided by 16. Bingo. Okay, so you make your two square roots, and you put 16 and 3. Okay, this has an equal, and that's equal to 4. So 4 with a square root of 3. 144, if you look carefully, oh, there's 144. It's equal to 12. Okay, simplifying square roots that also contain variables. So we want to make a square root right here, and then we want to separate these factors so each one has its own square root. So square root 80, square root x6, square root y4. Okay, 80. Well, it's in this range, so I start trying to divide it. 80 divided by 64, nope. 80 divided by 49, nope. 80 divided by 36, nope. Divided by 25, nope. Divided by 16. Got it. So I make two square roots, and I put 16 and 5. Cross that first one out, because that always has an equal, and that's 4. So what I want to do is I want to put 4 outside the radical and 5 inside. Okay, x is 6, I see. Okay, that's 6 factors of x, all times. Okay, we circle 2 factors at a time, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so how many pairs did you get? You got 3. Okay, so you put an x here and make it to the 3rd power. Now, do you have any x's outside? Nope. Y to the 4th, that would be 4 factors of y. Circle 2 at a time. And that's 1 pair, and that's 2 pairs. So we put y to the 2nd, and there are no factors outside. Okay, next problem. Same thing. So I have the square root of 75, I have the square root of x to the fourth, and I have the square root of y. Okay, so 75. Simplify the square root of 75. So simplify means start trying to divide because it's not on here. So 75 divided by 64, nope. Divide by 49, nope. Divide by 36, nope. Divide by 25, bingo. Okay. Okay, so I divided by 25. I ended up with a quotient of 3. So 25, 3. So that turns into 5. So 5 goes outside, and I have a factor of 3 still inside. So x to the fourth, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how many pairs you get? You had 2 pairs. Okay, so I put x to the second outside, and I don't have any x's that weren't in a pair. Now this y didn't even have a power, so we're just going to leave y in the square root. 5x squared, and then square root of 3y. Okay, next problem, same idea. So square root 35, square root x to the fifth, and square root y to the eighth. Okay, 35. Start trying to divide at this. So 35 divided by 25, nope. 35 divided by 16, nope. Is it divisible by 9? Nope. Is it divisible by 4? No. So it's not divisible by anything. So what I do is I take this 35 and just put it in the square root. You're like, I thought it went out of the square root. No, that's for a different thing. You're going to see that down here. X to the fifth, that would be 5 factors of x, so 2. So right there, that makes x to the second, okay, because there's 2 pairs. And then there's this x that has to stay in the square root because you didn't partner up with anybody. Y to the eighth, that's going to be 8 factors of y. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So how many pairs is that? That's 4. So y is to the 4th power now outside. And I didn't have any y's left, so there will not be a y inside. Okay, next problem. Make a square root, break that up, square root 16, square root x to the third, square root y to the fourth. Now 16. 16 is on the list, bro. Okay, that's equal to 4. So that's when you put the number outside, is when it has an equal. Put its equal outside the square of the radical. So there are... All right, so how many pairs? Oops, sorry, should not have circled that one. Circle that and put a square root. That one has to stay in the square root. Now, how many pairs did we make? We made 1, so this makes x to the 1, okay? So x to the 1 outside and y to the fourth, because there's only 1 pair. 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle 2 at a time. Okay, how many pairs is that? That's 2, so the y is to the second power. Not going to have any y in the square root. Okay, now I need to, you have your next page, you know, it's right this, it says simplify by adding. I actually want to do the multiplication on the back side first, okay, that's kind of, okay, to multiply square root expressions, there's a 1, 2, 3 step process. First thing I do is I take this 3 times this 4, 3 times 4, and that's 12. Then I make a square root and I take 4 times 2. That's 8. Now, a lot of people forget what to do on the next step. Start dividing into square root. Okay? That means take 8 and see if it can divide by anything. Well, it's in this range, so if it doesn't divide by 4, there's not much we can do, but it does. Okay, so I drop my 12, and then I split that, and then the 8, I was able to divide by 4, and then 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now, this has an equal of 2, and 12 times 2 is 24. So 24 with the square root of 2. Okay, next thing, another multiplication. So 1, 2, and 3. So again, I take 2 times 3, gives me a product of 6. That's the first thing I'm doing first, is getting a product. Okay, 5 times 10 is 50. Now I start trying to divide the square root of 50 by something here. I'm simplifying the square root of 50. So 50 divided by 49, nope. Divided by 36, nope. Divided by 25, yep. So I drop my 6, remember the 6 is there, and then write that as a product of two different square roots. So I have 25, and 50 divided by 25 is 2. Okay, so square root of 25 changes into its equal, which is 5, and 6 times 5 is 30, with the square root of 2 next to it. Okay, next one, 1, 2, and 3. So I take 8 times 3, and that's going to be 24. And 6 times 6 is 36. Now some of you are thinking, I thought you left them the same. No, that's an addition where you leave them the same. Multiplication, you do that. Multiply the outers and the inners. Well, 36 is actually on the list, so we need to right now replace it with its equal. And I don't need to do the dividing part on step 2. I just need to take 24 times 6, and that's my answer. 24 times 6, I believe, is 144. So 144, and there won't be a square root connected because this had an equal 6. If it doesn't have an equal, then you start dividing into by your perfect squares. Okay. Okay, 8 times 2 is 16. 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, 30 is not a perfect square, so start dividing into it by our perfect squares. So 30 by 25, no. 30 by 16, no. By 9, nope. And by 4, nope. Okay, if it doesn't divide by anything, that's the answer. Okay, pretty slick. Okay, so I don't have to do step 2 and step 3. So those are kind of oddball problems. This is the kind of the procedure. Times, and then break that down by dividing by your perfect squares. As soon as you get something that works, you can split it. Unless you don't have anything that works, and that's the answer. But go from there. Okay, now turn back to the adding page. Okay. Okay, adding. What you're going to need to make a table, and you're going to put 3 square root 18 on one side, 5 square root of 50 on another. And what you want to accomplish is get these numbers here to match so that they become like terms, and then I'm able to add. Okay, so first thing, 18, is that on here? Nope, so I'd start dividing at this point. 18 by 16, no. 18 by 9, yes. So I drop my factor of 3, and then I make this into a product of 2 square roots. So my 9 goes in the first square root, and the 2 goes in the other one. And 9, that has an equal of 3. Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9 with the square root of 2 connected. Okay, 50. Well, it's not a perfect square. Start dividing by this list. Nope. Nope. Good. Okay. So I drop my 5 and 25 and 2. So 25 and 2. So that equals 5. Okay, so 5 times 5 is 25 with the square root of 2. And now what I've done to add, now that they're the same square roots, we put that square root, and 9 plus 25 is 34. 34 square roots of 2. Okay, 2 square root of 12 plus 3 square root of 27. Again, with the plus, make your table. That's the best way to differentiate it from multiplying. Okay, so I drop my 2. We have to get the square roots to match up. Okay, so 12, it's not a perfect square. Is it divisible by 9 or 4? Not 9, 4. So I drop my 2 factor, and I make 2 factors of square roots, and I put 4 and 3. Okay, that has an equal. That's why it's so important to put that number first. That equals 2, because now these are right together, so I can just multiply them. There's no sign other than a dot, so 2 times 2 is 4. with the square root of 3. Okay, now 27. Let's see what we can do with that. It's not on the list, so I can't just get rid of it and multiply. Nope. Got it. So I drop my factor of 3. I make 2 square roots. Okay, so divided by 9, and I got an answer of 3. Okay, the square root of 9 is equal to 3. So we get rid of this. And now it's 3's all the way across, but we could just times those two, because now the square root's gone from that factor, and it was never on that factor. So 3 times 3 is 9 with a square root of 3. Okay, so 4 plus 9 is 13, square root 3. Okay, next problem. 7 square root 18 and 3 square root 98. Okay, so let's try to simplify 18. It's between these two. Fail. I try to divide it by 9. Okay, got it. So drop your 7. And I was able to divide by 9, and I got a quotient of 2. So the square root of 9 square root of 2 is the square root of 18. So replace that with its equal, which is 3. And then we times those two, 7 by 3. Okay, 21 with a square root of 2. Okay, now 98. 98 falls in this range here. I'd start at 81. Decimal. Decimal. Okay. So I drop my 3. And I put the 49 first and the 2 second, knowing that that has an equal. So that's 7. Actually, 3 times 7 is 21. So 21 with the square root of 2. Now, what I want to do is add these now. So I keep the square root just the same as it is, but I add the 21 to the 21, and that makes 42. Okay, adding here, we have 8 square root 2 and 3 square root 18. Now, 2 is smaller than all these, so that right there I'm just going to circle, because I can't divide 2 by things that are bigger than it, so that's in simplest form. Okay, now the 18, by now we know, 18, it divides by 9, 2, so that's 3. That becomes 20. That becomes 9 with the square root of 2. Okay, so I have the square root of 2 and 8 and 9 give me a sum of 17. Okay, now go to your triangles. Find the sine, cosine, and tangent. So here's the h. And by the way, sine is OH, and that's up on the board. AH is also on the side of here. Okay. And O over A is the tangent. So H I don't have a number for. O I do have a number for. I have 14. 14. Okay, and then the A is 9. That's a 9 right there. So A I know is 9, and I know that's 9. But I don't know the H, okay? So I need to use the Pythagorean Theorem. So A to the second plus O to the second is H to the second. Okay, so A, I've got 9, 9 to the second. O, I've got 14, 14 to the second. And then the H, I don't know, so that's X second. Okay, now that's 81, and 14 times 14 is 196, equals X second. Now we can just go, these are on the same side, so just go ahead and add them. You take 81 plus 196, and that's 277. Okay, now we need to find the square root of 277 to find how long the side actually is, and that's 16.64. Okay, so my h's are 16.64. Got it. Okay, next problem. Sine OH, AH, OA. H got 17, so everywhere I have the hypotenuse, I know that that's 17. That's O, don't have anything. That's A, that's 14. Okay, so the Pythagorean, o to the second plus a to the, or sorry, let's keep it consistent. A squared plus o squared equals h squared. Okay, so a, I have 14. O, I have x to the second. And h, I've got 17. 289. Or sorry, 17 to the second. So it's going to be 196 plus x to the second equals 289. Now they're on different sides, so we need to minus these. Okay, that's 93. So just find the square root of 93, and that tells you how long the O side is. 9.64. Okay, and then my last problem where I'm finding the sides and the angles, how long every side is. So the H, I don't know how long that side is. I circle 45, write that off to the side. That's O, I know O is 17. And I don't know how long side A is. So the two sides I don't know are A and H. So A, H. And I'm given side O. And by the way, make these ratios here. I'm given side O. Okay, so 45 is the degrees I want to put on the first ratio in each proportion. And then if I have A and O, that would be the tangent function. So tan 1. And remember, that's O over A. So I know that O is 17, and I know that A, I don't know that. So x is diagonal from here, so I want to write that as multiplication. 1.17 divided by tan 45. Okay, I got 17. Okay. So A is 17. Okay, so H and O, it's going to be the sine. O, H, okay? Okay, so O, well, O, I know I have the answer for that, 17. X is diagonal from here. 1.17 divided by sine 45, just like that. .04. Okay, and then your angles are easy. You got 90, 45 from up here. And 180 minus 90 minus 45 is 45. Okay, and last but not least, okay, sides. H, don't know it. 32 is my reference angle. That's O, don't know it, and the A I have 25 for. So set up your proportions, and O and H are the ones I don't know. So and I'm given A, so I want to use what I'm given for both these. And put that 32 degrees right here. O and A, that would be the tangent function. And that's OA. Okay, don't know O, so that's X. I do know A is 25. So that's diagonal from here, so I take tan 32 times 25 divided by 1. Okay, and I got 15.6, so that's my O. Okay, H and A, it's going to be cosine. And that's A over H, because that's what it says cosine is. And A, we have 25 for. H, we have X for. So, find that, 1.25, and then we divide by cos 32. .4. Again, your H always has to be the longest. Okay, so I've got 90, 32, 180 minus 90 minus 32 is 58.